Hello and welcome back to Mini Metro. And here we are once again, moving on to the next one from Nanjing in the last one to Chongqing. I think that's how you pronounce it, or close to. I mean, I know it's wrong. The target is 1,800 passengers with loop on only one more. Now, this should be a fairly achievable one because we have like 3,000 as my high score already. So hopefully we should be able to push through and get a decent score on this one. Last time it was a bit of a struggle with this sort of only having circles on one loop, as we just ended up sort of straggling bits all over the place. So we'll see how we go here. Already looking at it, it looks like bridges are going to be, or tunnels, no, they are bridges in this one, are going to become quite key, as we have quite a lot of sort of riverage going round at the centre. We've already used up 2 of the bridges as it is. Anyway, as we push on, we'll speed things up and get cracking as much as possible. So I'm coming in with a little bit of strategy, just to try and use as many short lines as possible and to try and alternate as much as possible and not to have too much convoluted sort of wiggling around wasting times. However, having already played this and commenting over this, I do know I fail quite significantly on that as a task. But at the moment, at this point, as we do 130, we're not even a tenth of the way there. It is sort of working. We have made no circles yet, and we have a fairly nicely structured line. That star, unfortunately, does make the red line a bit much. Like it's almost circled off, but not quite. We probably need a few more lines. Maybe the lines that one of the carriages would have been quite useful. But having the spare carriages now ready in case we need them with capacity in the future might become useful. So we'll just have to repurpose a few of the lines, jiggle them around. I mean, I know I don't do it very often, but we should never get ourselves too fixated on once something is built, that is it, final. We've got to be flexible and keep moving things around. Now, I do know from those of you who are watching this and have seen it the whole way through, and from playing it the whole way through, you're going to say you didn't keep it very flexible, did you? You sort of, once you reach this point, you didn't really redo as much as you should have. And it gets tricky at a certain point. One, for me to remember it, because I get excited, I get lost in the moment. And 2, it actually sometimes takes a long time to remove a line, particularly once you start passing 1,000 points. Anyway, at this point, we are moving along nicely. We are a third of the way there. So, cruising along nicely. We have a whole bunch of carriages spare, so we've got a huge amount of capacity that we can move in if we need to. We do have quite a few triangles spawning on that left bank, which is another new one there. So that's like 5 in a small circle with another one there, so that's 6, and then 7. But a new line. There we go. We can put like a little bypassing loop down through the centre there. Happy days. As long as we can keep manipulating these trains around, we should be able to keep on top of it. So we've passed halfway there, and now we've passed 1,000. So we're rolling along very, very nicely. Oh, there we go, another unique one there. I think that orange one is probably sort of helping us out quite a lot. It's sort of connecting across. Now we have a few more, what's it called again, bridges. We can bring it onto the squares, and between the green line and the orange line, they're sort of holding together the long, squiggly, scraggly blue and red and sandy colour. But now that green line has probably overextended itself and lost that usefulness along with that orange line too. But let's see how we go. As we pass 1,600, this would have been a Nanjing win. And we have already raced up to 1,700. We are tearing through this now. Let's see how we get on. Okay, success. And that was much, much easier than Nanjing. We didn't even need to use a single circle on there. Just squiggly, scraggly lines that, although they were probably a bit risky, were good enough to carry us through to this point. Unfortunately, although it's a nice colourful mess going on behind there, we are probably reaching a tricky point with a few stations that are going to be hard for us to really efficiently connect on. We're getting quite a few circles in that top northeast corner. Like a few more lines, a few more carriages will become useful. Like I think this kind of connection is really going to leave us open and exposed going forward. But I can't think of another way that we could really implement all of these and really sort of succeed. So at this point, I think it's now just sort of manipulating the trains as much as possible and trying to see how far we can get. I think just moving trains across here, there, and everywhere, but it's a bit of a losing battle. That trio of squares through the centre are looking dangerous. And we've got one going over here, one on the red, a couple on the green. I think it is all basically over now. And I'm going to try and get this onto this, and that's too late. So I was trying to get onto that triangle in the corner there, and I missed. I missed that circle there. I just wasn't on the ball enough. But 2102, it's a fairly decent score. So let's check these graphs of unknown graphiness. So yeah, it's all going along. Angry. So 26. So it is 26 passengers. I thought it was day 26 for a second there, but no, it was day 82. We did a bit more than that. But yeah, a whole bunch more. Look at that, 2,419.43 kilometers. I'm pretty sure they have their scaling off somehow. Like surely, I mean, I know it's a big mess of squiggles that, but surely we haven't got that many kilometerage of line going on behind there. Anyway, I don't really know what half these mean. I like the look of them. There's some good jaggedy graphs. But we will leave it here. It's another fun, challenging challenge. And yeah, give it a go. Let me know how you got on. I'll see you again in the next one. Ciao for now.